Welcome to Arabesque. This week we went to see the talk and book launch of one of the most important contemporary Arab poets, Saadi Youssef. There were many people gathered this lovely day in West London and the Mosaic Rooms, eager to listen to a living legend. We got the chance to speak to him as well, as he told us about leaving Iraq in 1978 to never return, how he does not like to involve politics in his life, and how he always strives and is always searching for what's better and more beautiful in life. Saadi Youssef also read out loud from his book excerpts that captivated the audience, along with having a talk with Mosaic Room's director Omar Katan.
سوف يذهب هذا العراق إلى آخر المقبرة.
This Iraq will reach the end of the graveyard. It will bury its sons in open country, generation after generation, and it will forgive its despot. It will not be the Iraq that once held the men, and the larks will not sing. So walk if you wish a long time, and call if you wish on all the world's angels, on all its demons. Call on the bulls of Assyria, call on the westward phoenix, call them, and through the haze of phantoms watch for miracles to emerge from clouds of incense.
في دخان التهاويل معجزة المبخر.
After the reading, the floor opened up for the audience to step in and ask some questions of their own.
These 7 volumes include what I wrote from 1952 to 2014. So it's a long journey in life and in poetry. And it is not easy to publish complete works. You can say that, because normally, well, so always after post-mortem edition of poets, but I was keen to publish my work when I'm still with you. This life, okay? And I'm happy about that, really. My real interest is art itself. And that's the difficulty, but I have to depict politics as I depict nature or love or something like that. You see. Politics is not my main target in poetry, no. In art and beauty, music, that is colors. That's my real search here, not in politics. In a way, my poetry is experimental in a way. Why? Because how to deal with this sophisticated experience in life. In every aspect of my life, I was searching for something that I think is better for me and for the people in general. My 2 books in English were published in the United States, and a 3rd book in the United States also. I don't know why, but perhaps in the United States is a loose country. But here it's more centralized, I mean, publishing and so and so and so. So I am lucky that my poetry, in English, in the United States, not here.
The audience were left mesmerized by the experience of meeting this legend and touched by the things he had to say.
Well, it was certainly a very eventful night. I think it was certainly great in that we could understand and kind of have a dialogue with a contemporary Arab poet and understand kind of the phenomena of the exile poet and how the exile poet relates to that culture living in exile. Is it geographical exile, but the different elements, emotional exile, how the poet living in a foreign land relates to his homeland and how the homeland or perceptions of the homeland have changed. And I think that's something that's universal to all cultures and all literatures. So it was great to hear the poet today talk about other literature that he reads, American literature, Spanish literature, and it was great just generally getting a feel for that.
I've known Saadi Youssef for 12 years probably, maybe even 15. It was a great delight and honour to read the translations, which incidentally were translations by Kalimatawa and Sinan Antun, who are both living in America at the moment. And I quite often have read with Arabic poets.
I think being in the presence of a great poet like Saadi is in itself a fantastic pleasure and privilege. And it's almost like you just don't have to do anything because you just listen when he reads, and you're bound to find some wonder or some nugget or some treasure. Poetry is popular and it speaks to everybody, and regardless of what language it's in, as is literature, as is music, as is all the arts.